Food preservation is in principle describing the destruction of the microorganisms in food. This in practice can only really be done by heat, from which there are three main categories of method: pasteurisation, sterilisation and cooking. Pasteurisation. Milk is probably one of the most obvious of the food products that is pasteurised. To do this, they heat the milk up to a temperature of 72 degrees Celsius and hold it there for 15 seconds before cooling it rapidly back to below 8 degrees Celsius. Pasteurisation works for products such as milk because it destroys the relevant organisms whilst having a minimal effect upon the appearance, taste, smell and nutrition of the product. But some lighter meats may also be best pasteurised so as not to destroy the subtler characteristics as can be done by sterilisation or cooking, and this often results in the instructions on the package saying keep under refrigeration when opened. This is because some spoilage organisms may still remain.
Sterilisation. The aim of sterilisation is to kill all bacteria present. Milk is sterilised at 116 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, creating a milk that will last in the bottle for long periods without refrigeration. However, it now has a characteristic colour and taste and will turn sour relatively quickly once opened. Whilst on the subject of milk, it's worth noting that modern techniques have also now added a form of pasteurisation called ultra heat treatment, or UHT. This raises the milk to 132 degrees Celsius for 1 second, and then under aseptic conditions they seal the milk into sterile containers. This creates what we know as long life milk, with the benefits of a pasteurised taste yet sterilised lifespan. The sterilisation of meat, vegetables and many other products is principally done in hermetically sealed cans, as easily recognised from our supermarket shelves. The actual temperatures and times used, however, can vary due to the nature of the product, its size and its acidity. But in principle, temperatures of 100 degrees Celsius for a few minutes, or several minutes at 115 degrees Celsius for high acidity products, is not uncommon. Of particular concern in the sterilisation and canning process is the destruction of any Clostridium botulinum bacteria that may be present. This is an anaerobic pathogenic bacteria that needs nowhere to grow and can survive as a spore at 100 degrees Celsius for several hours. High temperatures such as 120 degrees Celsius for over 5 minutes may be required to kill this bacterium, and foods such as corned beef that have in the past been infected are dealt with under particular scrutiny.
Cooking. The purpose of cooking foods as a method of killing bacteria is covered in some detail in other parts of the course. But as an overall principle, foods that need cooking must achieve as a minimum the 63 degrees Celsius temperature throughout to render all common bacteria harmless. Although the principle of preservation is the destruction of microorganisms, in reality, history has also provided many preservation methods which in effect stem the growth of bacteria in various ways and so keep the production of dangerous toxins at bay. Some examples of these are as follows. Food preservation by drying. Drying is one of the most ancient food preservation techniques which reduces the water activity sufficiently to prevent bacterial growth. Refrigeration and freezing. These subjects are dealt with in some detail later in the course. Vacuum packing. Vacuum packing stores food in a vacuum environment such as an airtight bottle or bag. The vacuum environment effectively strips the bacteria of oxygen, which most bacteria need to grow. Salting. Salting, or curing as it's sometimes known, draws moisture from the meat through the process of osmosis. Meat can be cured with salt or sugar, or even a combination of the two. Nitrates and nitrides are also often used to cure meat in the same way, which can contribute to the characteristic pink colour whilst inhibiting the growth of bacteria like Clostridium botulinum. Sugar. Sugar is often used to preserve fruits, either in a syrup or on the point of crystallization in the form of jams and preserves. This, in effect, is removing the moisture as described for salt preservation. Artificial food additives. Preservatives may be added to food to inhibit the growth of bacteria or fungi. These may be of a number of forms, such as antioxidants to absorb free oxygen, or specifically antimicrobial, such as sodium nitrite. Pickling. Pickling is a method of preservation in an edible antimicrobial liquid. Such a liquid may include brine, vinegar, alcohol, vegetable oil, or even olive oil. Irradiation. Irradiated food is exposed to ionized radiation like X-rays or gamma rays. It in effect kills bacteria, molds and pests, and thus reduces the ripening and spoiling of fruits. However, it is not effective against viruses, nor does it eliminate toxins already present on the food.